Janet. Thanks for coming and joining us, and also thank you for being here on our meeting tonight, because it's really helpful to hear from you and also get a feel for where we are with things. As you already know, I'd like to know what the status of the 2006 audit is.
Yeah, I have the list from the updated list from the auditor here, and it's actually very minimal. There's a couple of summaries that need to be done, and the capital assets need to be updated. It's minimal amount of work that needs to be completed for
So
2006.
they're waiting on us for those things?
Yes.
And who's working on those? How's that?
Right now,
split out?
this is not being worked on. Right now, we are working on bringing 2007 completely up to date, so we can go into 2008. With the new year, we have all of the receipts. I'm finishing up the receipts for December for the selectmen, as I was doing it just now. And that will bring us all the tax collector, the town clerk are in. Then we'll be doing the bank reconciliations to make sure everything's in there. After that, we need to do a review of some of the capital project funds to make sure that some of the money that either came in or went out went into the 01 fund, the general fund, opposed to the special funds. And at that point, we'll be able to see where we ended basically on 2007. This is minimal, but if we pull off 2007, which we're just about there at this point to start having some, decent numbers, then to do this right now, then we're going to get farther behind, which means we're going into 2008 behind again, and I don't want to be 2008. I don't want to start 2008 behind like we did 2007.
But you're not going to have a good 2007 number until you know how we started the year. Isn't that true? I mean, are you certain that the work that's being done to finish the 06 audit won't impact the final numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then where did we end up at the end of 06? What was our deficit?
We haven't done our capital projects yet. We still have to do our 2006 capital projects. Remember the spreadsheets that Jim sent us? And we have to do the fixed assets for 2006.
I have the fixed assets on here.
Yeah. I think the capital projects would be the only area where that might be impacted on the general fund. And we have the forms, it's just time.
So, how close are we to having financial statements for 07? Do you feel?
For 07,
Mm-hmm.
solid numbers.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that at the last meeting, when I had spoken to you, I had talked about the middle of February. Isn't that right, Catherine? Because you made a comment, so I think that's what I had told you at the last one.
How do you feel we ended up 07? Do you have any sense?
No, I don't have that.
I
No.
just,
You don't
we
have
have a new, these are the printout you have today are the actuals that everything that's been paid and applied to 2007. So this includes two weeks of check registers that we paid in 2008 that have been posted to 2000.
So do we know if we had a surplus or a deficit for 07?
We just did the check registers today, so I can't even give you an answer yet.
The one you handed us today
Yes.
includes the check registers of things that were paid in 2008 that were actually applied to 2000.
Right,
Correct.
and there's still, we figured out, it's what, 32,000 of that pay week number 1 that we have to add back in here.
Correct.
Right, and then
Well,
we have to,
based on when we met with the budget committee last week, and Joyce and I ran a couple of rough numbers off the report at that point, there was a number that came up that we know is not correct. It's way high. It's nearly a quarter of our operating expenses outside of the capital projects. But what I'm uncomfortable with, though, is not having some sort of assurance from you based on either quarterly, monthly, at some point in the year that, hey, as of the end of October, the third quarter, we're good. We had a $200,000 surplus. Some idea, I guess. And if we can't give that tonight for whatever reason, I understand you may have a reason for not wanting to speak publicly about a number at this point, that it might be premature. But still, can you give us some idea of the steps or the process and your confidence level as to the numbers in the system?
We are almost completely up to date with the revenues. We are going through the process of reconciling the accounts against the special funds to make sure that the numbers that are in the general fund are actually general fund numbers, and there's no special fund numbers in there, capital projects. I call them special funds, you call them capital projects. Once that process is complete, then I will have more confidence in the numbers that are in the general budget.